My name's Cam Truman. I'm the Education and Interpretation Officer here at Watson's Mill. So as the story goes, Moss Kent Dickens and Joseph Currier are partners that get the mill complex going. So there's a bung mill, a sawmill, and this grist mill. So on the first anniversary of this building, this structure being open, they have a little reception here. Joseph Currier is just newly remarried, so he's in his 40s. His new wife is in her 20s, early 20s, 1920s, somewhere in there. And they arrive on the day, and there's a little celebration for the mill and also to recognize Joseph Currier's new bride. So they come over to the mill. She's walking around looking at all this stuff. Now you have to understand there's lots more happening here. It's not. There's a lot more gears, pulleys, all that heavy equipment moving around because it is an industrial mill. So the story goes that she's coming down the stairs, or she's walking past this particular shaft, and her dress gets caught in it, and she ends up being thrown against a post and dies. She comes by here, you know, in the 1860s, the big hoop skirt, so she's got this big skirt. This is revolving. Her skirt gets caught in it. Obviously, they didn't have all the safety stuff that we have. It was, you know, wide open. And she gets spun around, and her head hits this post, and that's where she dies. Right there. Yeah. There's only one incident where I've actually sort of thought that, you know, that's kind of interesting. My brother-in-law was visiting from Winnipeg, and it was last March, so he wanted to see the mill, so I brought him over to the mill. It was empty, and it was cold. It was a day just like today, and we were upstairs, and he's taking pictures, and we're having a good time, showing him, giving him the history. And then about 2 months later, I see him again. He's coming back, he's visiting again, and he has his camera, and we're looking through the pictures, and I hadn't seen his pictures yet that he had taken of the mill here. So we're looking through them, and I noticed that on the third level, some people don't believe in orbs, but because they think they're specks or things like that, but in one of the pictures there's this definite dot or spot or orb just over by some of the equipment. So he's standing on one side taking this picture. And I said, "Oh, look at this! This is really kind of cool. Look at that little orb there." And you know, but it was when we switched to the next picture that really I went, "Whoa!" Because the next picture, he's now moved somewhere else on the third floor now. So my brother-in-law is now taking a picture looking from a different angle, but at the similar spot, and the orb is still in the same spot.
My name is Susan Murphy, and about 10 years ago I was cast to be in a documentary about Watson's Mill that aired on the local cable station here, and I was playing the ghost of Watson's Mill. So one of the things I had to do is I had to walk from the loft, the upper level of Watson's Mill, down a set of stairs in a big gown and be all ghostly and that sort of thing. And so I was on the second take I went back up the stairs, and I was sort of in the loft area. And as I was standing there waiting for the director to give me my cue, I saw this, and there was no lights in that loft area. There's no windows, there's no light. And I saw this this sort of bluish haze, I guess it's an orb, I guess that's what they would call it, light that spun around the room and reflected off the walls, and then this cold air that just went right through me. And when the director gave me my cue a couple seconds later and I came down the stairs, I was literally white as a ghost.